How's it going, everybody? Doing a request here today of a showing Hannah here, the cat. Rambling about my history with cats. I'm gonna try to grab her and pull her. Put her on my lap or whatever for a minute, but I figured I'd just position the camera here. The way you can see her. But yeah, I talked about when we got her in August of 23 from Maryland. My fiance was doing a thing with her job there, and at the mall, and there was a ASCPA or whatever in there, and she saw her and called me, and she's like, "Oh, I love her." I was like, "Oh my God, you had to show me a picture, right?" So she came back. We went down there and brought her and drove her back. I had to sit in the back with her on the way home because she did not like the carrier. But she was fine in the back seat. She had a little problem with the shitting on the friggin' rugs for a bit, so we brought a crate in. Put the pan in the crate, and we would crate her, kind of force her to go and use the pan, and then she started going in there on her own, and then we took it away, and she was fine. She has done it a few times. When we got back from Florida, I talked about this. She was like, she shit out of excitement. She was so happy to see us. She was like purring, running up to us and stuff, meowing like crazy. She's a bit of a pudge. I call her pudgies. Try to get her to lose a couple of pounds. She is playful though, with active. We got a little laser light thing. We got a string thing. Some other little toys that she plays with. She will show you her belly, but she doesn't like when it's pet. She won't like bite you, but she'll like roll back over. You can see she must have been wearing a collar at some point because she still has like the disappearing fur and little red there. Come over here. I'm afraid if I pick her up and put her here, she's not going to want to hang out here, and then she's going to jump down. So I'll try to leave her there for a minute or two more, and then try. But in terms of history with cats, I mean, I've been around cats my whole life. I don't know if you can see the scar. On my eye. Right here. When I was in a high chair when I was a baby, one of our cats launched off the fridge onto my head. Must have suspected I was a demon seed. I've had a lot of cats. Like, my family's had a ton of cats. We've had dogs as well, but so many cats. It's like ridiculous how many we've had. You can see the mark there. Kind of mark. It's like right around here. A budgies. And a budge. No, you don't. But when I was a child, baby, literally when I was a baby to, now, pretty much I had cats. I was around a cat almost every day of my life. Not every day, exactly, but almost every day. Now she's just screwing around. She is very playful. And, what else? It's been a lot. At one point we had 22 cats. I know, that's kind of nuts. But that was for a brief period. Then we had 19. We had 15 for a good amount of time. And then they were all around the same age, so they all had to be put to sleep and were dying around the same time. I remember the vet back, oh my God, I feel so bad, you know. It's the fourth one you've brought in like 2 months, man. It's like, they're all around the same age. They were all, you know, making it to like 16, 17, 18. The oldest cat we ever had was 22, Cleo. Like I said, my family was known for loving animals and cats, and there's people who lived across the street. I probably told the story as well. And they were apparently like activists or something. And there was one day, I was in 5th grade, there was a box in our driveway with 3 kittens in it. They were probably like 4 weeks old, maybe 6 weeks old. And another older cat that we thought at first was their mother, but was not. The way she was smacking the shit out of me, did not like them. That was Cleo. She ended up being 22. We're like, apparently these people took them from some kind of lab, I guess, on Long Island somewhere. Who the fuck knows? I was like, oh, maybe they were doing tests, and that's why she lived to 22. She'll give you the little love bites. She will hiss sometimes and get, like Natasha, our last cat, with it. She rarely hissed at people. But she will let you know a little bit more if she's annoyed. Oh, now she's leaving. Come here real quick. Bridge, come here. Hey. Watch. Let's see. I'm trying to get her closer so I can grab her. Come here. Oh, I apologize, that didn't work. Let's see. She has her stairs there. Try to get her closer so I can grab her. She doesn't mind being picked up. Ugh. Here, look, Pudgies. Oh, now you can't see her really. Look, Pudgies. All right. I don't like to. I don't want to bother her too much. I'm not like that with cats. I'm not like going to start forcing them to do shit they don't want to do. Like you see in all the videos of people doing that with dogs and cats and birds, lizards, snakes, whatever the fuck, horses. Jesus, they'll do it with any animals. Yeah. And she gets scared. Yeah, I've been around cats for a long time. And I said those cats were left in the driveway, and my half siblings, they had a cat that they did not get spayed, and I kept having kittens, so we took like 5 from them. You know, they found that my mom was a cop in the Bronx, and one night they were up on a roof of a co-op or whatever, and there was a cat up there, fucking stray cat up there that my mom grabbed and brought home. That was Honey. Oh, now she's screwing around. So, what are you doing? You're always playing. What else? No, she's playing with the mouse. They do hunt those, don't they? It's a good video, Budge. She'll do it with remote controls too. She'll try to bite our phones sometimes when we're using them. But yeah. once we go to North Carolina, it'll be the third state in less than a year that she's lived in. But like I said, we had a ton of cats all through school and everything. It started to slow down as we got to. We always had 2 dogs to it until 1998. Until 98, we got Nikita. My aunt got her from a. She was going to be put down, actually. She was in a kill shelter, I guess. Which sounds fucking bizarre to say. And we had her up until 2014. I think she was 16. She was an Australian Shepherd mix. I don't know what else she was. And that was the last dog we had. We had a Doberman, my aunt's Doberman. We had a Mutt Spike. We had a Lassie dog. I forget what breed they are. I forgot. I looked. And we had a. Oh, there she goes. We got some good action there. And we had a Dalmatian. And one other one I can't remember. But yeah, that's how it is. You know, the cats were always a ton. And they were pretty good with each other. They would fight sometimes. There was a couple bad ones where the cat just messed the other cat up where it needed like this weird stitches and this weird thing and put in its head for a little bit. But usually they didn't battle. They would bully, if you want to say the word, each other, but not like. It was rare that they would go like really fight like crazy. We did have a cat, Ramble, that used to fight with cats in the neighborhood like all the time. And he had a half tail because he was walking. His tail got like fucked up and had to be half amputated because it got caught on like a piece of siding or something. And it got infected. And he had one like snaggle tooth, and he had his brother Frankie. And was it Rambo that died? It was Frankie that died first, I think. Or maybe it was Rambo that did in the end. I forget which one, but either way, the one brother was going around sniffing, yowling after he died. Like, where is he? Still smelled him, but he wasn't anywhere to be found. I can remember a lot of their names. Sandy. There was Mitzi, Dina, Samantha, Cindy, Lucifer. This is kind of fucked, but he was a good cat too. He used to steal donuts. When we'd have donuts, he'd like come up. But he actually died on Christmas morning with the name Lucifer. Coincidence, clearly. He was hit by a car. But because we used to have a sheet, so like my family did, like when they would die and when we got them, we'd put it right down the day we got them and when they eventually died, the day when they died. And I said, we have a crypt. It's in with my aunt now in Florida. I think I've showed it in videos. There's like 50 ashes of cats and dogs in this thing, this chest. We call it the crypt. We kept some of Natasha's ashes and then brought her down. The rest were down to put in there with her brother and Fat Boy as well. Those three together. But we slowed down by like 2003. We didn't have many. A lot of the old generation had died. So it was really Cleo, Honey, Natasha, JD, and Boris for a bit. And then we got Bella, Scarlett, and Savannah. And they were together, and then I guess we still had. If Fat Boy was still around, so we still would have had. Well, Honey had died because she was much older than the other ones. 5, because we got Luna was a stray in the neighborhood that we grabbed. We called somebody or somebody came by. I can't remember how this worked, but somebody who worked with a catch and spay type thing in the area. And she came down to, they really get her, and then they brought her back. They spayed her and everything, brought her back. Because she was like a week pregnant. Because I remember looking out the back door, and there was another stray mounting her in the yard next door. I was like, oh, fuck. But we got her like a couple of days later. Got her in a cage. So, got her back. she's down there too now. Obviously, we took Natasha because my fiance really liked her. I liked her too. And then Boris has since passed. Natasha has too. So down there with my aunt, it's Bella, Scarlet, Savannah, and Luna. My mom also has her cats as well. Salem, Honey, her latest cat. Dory, and Felix. She only has 4 now. A few of hers have passed. But yeah, always had cats. I love cats. I just always have. I like dogs as well, but I am more of a cat person. But I like dogs also. I'm not anti-dog or anything. I know some people lean like violently one way or the other. I do prefer cats, but I like dogs as well. I'm not like fucking, like what? No. I've been around dogs plenty too in my days. And most of our cats were always nice and friendly. A few were not wanting to be picked up and would get nasty from time to time. I think cats get a bad rap on that front for some reason. People always act like cats are like, they're more likely to run from you and hide than to just run up to you and start attacking. Clearly it is. It happens, obviously, but it's not, it's not as deadly as if a big-sized dog runs up and starts to attack you. That's going to be a problem for you. A cat will be a problem because a cat will still do damage to you before you can take it the fuck out. If you have to do that or kick it away. Depending on the size of the dog and what kind of breed it is, it's going to fuck you up bad, if not kill you, before you can take it out. Depending, if you sacrifice your arm to the dog, you can then just go to town on the fucking thing. But I always said this, though, and I think a lot of people say this, if cats were the size of like a 75 to 100 pound dog, they would be, the way they kill as a species, they would be wiping out everything at that point, the way they kill. But they were made small, so they're lovable at murderers. Like I said, though, I like dogs, I like cats. I was torn up when we put down Nikita. What's the last dog, Nikki? My aunt named her after Nikita from the movie, La Femme Nikita, and the show they made later. She was a good dog, but we should have put her down about a week earlier because she was in bad shape. I remember I picked her up, we brought her into the thing. It wasn't even moving, she was ready to go. That was tough, that was a tough one. I remember when Cleo was put down because we had to bring her to the vet after a point to get fluids because in 2008 she had like a stroke or something, and we're like, oh my god, we had to bring her to the vet. We thought she was done. She ended up living another 3 years after that, and she was fine, but then she lost her hearing. And she got out once. We were not letting her out outside of the backyard and supervised. She's older, but she got out of the yard one day, and we got her back. She ended up being like a house away or something. I don't know where she went though, because she couldn't hear at that point. I was like, oh my god, that she could have been screwed. But we had to bring her to get fluids from the vet. And then when she was, we had to put her to sleep. All the people, the vet techs were like, oh, coming in, oh, we're so sorry and everything. But yeah, like I said, I was annoying to cats when I was a kid. And the dog for that matter. Not like abusing them, but annoying the shit out of them. Because kids are fucking assholes. That didn't last too long, but that's why, they knew beforehand. Attack him when he's young. I would just annoy him. But I'd never like punch him and shit like that. But then you stop being a kid and you like grow the fuck up and you're like, I'm not gonna annoy the shit out of everything all the time. But yeah, this is a ramble about cats, my experience with cats. Showing Anna for a bit there. I think got some good footage of her screwing around with the mouse and whatnot. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. And have a good day.